We are nice, so we will gift our opponent a card, because he was so nice to us. And here we go. We have stuff, they don't. Yep, go for it, champ. I know you want to. Give me the card. I tell you, man, Gnome is a superstar of dying. It just does it the best way. And let's go for it. Man, this is the most fun sweeper ever. Like, here we go. 2 mana, just full sweep. Because their stats come from the ability, so when they lose ability, they are 0/0. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today I'm so proud to showcase you this particular version of Control, and I'll tell you, man, we had really good results with this one for a very good reason. This version is a true fortress. It's basically unkillable for most of the aggro decks. Why? If you don't appreciate Market Gnome, believe me, after this video you will change your mind. This card is absolute menace for an aggro deck. They know they have to kill it, they hate killing it, and you are getting the live game and they're drawing a card. So that means you can curve out, get your lockdowns faster and save a lot of HP. So honestly, when you see it in action, you will be surprised how defensive it is and how much more time it gives you to get into Beza, invocations, and just this healthy mid game. With Builder's Talent, we have even more blockers. You can use level 3 to get any planeswalker from your graveyard, so when Teferi dies, you can just keep replaying it from the graveyard for free, basically. And yeah, the deck has so much card draw that it can support itself even against this card decks. Honestly, it's very enjoyable to play because it's so hard to kill you, and you usually get to the sweet value phase of the game where you can just completely torment all the aggro decks with extra value that you have on your blue cards. And you know what time is it, and I need to prepare for this one. Mao DT Mao, you are the absolute legend for today, and thank you so much for supporting the channel, for, you know, saving us against the merciless YouTube algorithm and just making content like this possible so the control mages can have some builds that actually beat the meta. So I think you will enjoy this one. This one is a true fortress, the bastion of hope for control. And yeah, let's go into the games, and I really hope you will enjoy them as much as I enjoyed tormenting some aggro decks. Have fun, guys. Alright, our opponent goes first, and we'll see. We have a lot of gnomes, and they will die. That's their job. And they will supply us with some cards, because rabbits are just getting rampart. And okay, this is nice. Yeah, I think this is double gnome turn into talent turn. Can I go? This is nice. Do we have time for this? I mean, I will be optimistic and assume that I have time for it, but I'm really not sure about it. Maybe I should go on the Painlands. I'm not really sure about it. Are the counters permanent? Yep, they are. Of course they are permanent. Why wouldn't they? So I think we go on Gnome into Gnome, because they will both die on this turn. And then we try to get into Lockdown, Invocation and stuff like this. We can always make our move against the Phineas. So let's sit. Whenever he becomes the target. So they should be targeting stuff, right? Most likely. I'm not sure exactly what the version is. Evangelist, so a little bit slower. I mean, it's not a rabbit. That's something, I'll tell you, man. Alright, let's get rid of one of the gnomes. Man, we're basically negating so much damage here. Alright, not the best draw ever, to be absolutely honest. I could 3 steps ahead. I can also Builder's Talent. I think we need to 3 steps ahead to start cycling cards, because I'm not sure what I will get. This is getting scary, because we are on the draw. That means we are not good at Magic, and we will already, you know, be at extreme disadvantage. Because hitting 5 mana on the draw is nearly impossible. On the play, it's actually not so hard. So, power and toughness, number of creatures you control. I mean, it's kinda okay, I guess. So, Battle Cry, sure. Yeah, I think we have to cycle cards. It doesn't matter, this one has trample. So let's get this. Let's see what happens exactly. Because we are on the draw, we won't probably get there, right? Lockdown is a nice one, but we definitely need to keep playing lands. So because of that, what is the... Honestly, I think this is the weakest one, even though it's a good card, but, you know, we need more stuff. And I think we need Mirrex. We won't get better value than this. So first we go lockdown, then we go into Gnome. And that gets rid of a lot of stuff here. Which means that we might get into Invocation. Like, we're navigating it in a very nice way. As you can see, without lockdown, man, like, good luck in Standard without lockdown. Alright, I was fearing that maybe they can remove lockdown in some way. It kind of felt like this. Knight of Chaos, a natural card for aggro, always love to see this. Yep, perfect. I love to see it. So, what exactly are we doing here? I actually will get a treasure if I play Beza right now. I'm not drawing cards anyway, so I think the best case is this. We will pain, but it's okay. It will happen anyway. And the treasure might make a huge difference, especially if it's a bargain target. Yep, I mean, I like my board, man. And with Starfall Invocation, next turn we win. Because we kill everything they have, we get the card from Gnome if they don't kill it, but they will. And then we get Beza again for the life gain. And, you know, maybe something more. Yep, the wider they go, the more it will hurt them. So as you can see, even on the draw against this kind of insane opening, and by the way, this deck is incredibly powerful, and we won. I mean, it's not over yet, but I'm pretty sure it's over yet. 7-7 Trampler, always nice to see. Alright, it's not so much value, honestly. Alright, I need to protect Beza, I kind of forgot about it. Oh man, what? Why would you not attack? Listen, I'm taking it. So we will sweep this 100%, so we need to keep this in the board, and this will die anyway. So this is the best value we can get right now. And we get our card from Gnome. I tell you, man, this just dies like a champ. Here you go, another one. This one will die too, probably. Well, to be honest, they will probably scoop faster. So let's go for Invocation first. We are nice, so we will gift our opponent a card, because he was so nice to us. And here we go. We have stuff, they don't. And do we go with Builder? No, I think we go with Gnome. The path is a little bit annoying, but we should be able to, you know, handle it. We can Farsight Ritual, we have a lot of bargain targets, so it should be great. Also, Builder's talent is such a great fodder for Farsight, because you basically get 2 bargains in one card. And that lets you, you know, get selection from 16 cards, and usually you get good stuff there. Like Silver Scrutiny to keep refilling forever. Alright, this is absolutely not a problem. Evangelist is a little bit annoying, but I think we can trade. The bats will be a bit annoying here. So let's go with this, then we go 4 mana and we can go for 2 mana. I could also just bargain something right now and hope for a lockdown. But what happens if we don't hit a lockdown? Is that good? This is only 4 damage, it's not the biggest deal. So I honestly think we go like this. This should be absolutely good enough. If I played super seriously, I would count the mana exactly what I can play on his turn, what I can draw, and potentially use 1 mana on this, but I don't think it matters. Offspring, right? Every creature, 2 for 1, just guaranteed for 3 mana, makes sense. So, we need to hit another sweeper, probably a lockdown, right? Sure, a counter. With Farsight Ritual, I'm absolutely not scared about this board. Like, we'll just keep sweeping it forever, and they cannot go for next wave. It's kinda over. They don't even go with Evangelist, which is amazing. Sure. And we have so much token generation that bargaining is just so easy. And look at this. Bargain. They don't want to kill our gnome? Sure. I will do it myself. Alright. Alright, the voice crack. So, Silver Scrutiny probably, to get refill. And we didn't hit a sweeper, unfortunately, so I think we might go with Get Lost here. We have more Farsight Ritual, so we will just try again. I think we just go in the next turn, right? A lot of lands, not a lot of answers. The usual. The absolute usual. Do I want to Farsight right now? this can be a little bit scary because they will swing all right. So I think I have to go right now. Let's go Mirrex. And we have the lockdown mana here. So let's bargain again. We will use this. I could go for a talent. I don't think we'll have time to use it. So a token might be okay if we whiff. Here's the lockdown that we wanted. This is exactly the play. And I guess Teferi, right? Teferi should be really good against them. Beza is also great, but... Well, Beza is actually great. I have Scrutiny, so I just need time. So I will go for this play. And we use the treasure, because it will die anyway. I mean, let's go for Fountainport as well. Alright. Our opponent has one Evangelist, and that's all. As you can see, even if you have some anti-synergy, you can just work around it very nicely, and look at their value. Like, lockdowns, I mean, they did the job, you know? Only 2 cards, so they kinda... Well, sure. I guess we need one more sweeper. Don't worry, we will get there, but that's kinda funny. So, let's play land here. Do I want to Silver Scrutiny and risk it? Or we just play Beza? I honestly think we play Beza here. We have enough mana to just support everything. They will take the damage, no reason not to. And if they triple block, I would be absolutely delighted, but of course, this is extremely bad play. We can still counter a spell after doing this, so that's a very good play here. We take this, we create tokens, and we live game. And with this card, you can just go absolutely wasteful, because you are winning anyway. Like, you will refill very hard later. We can draw, what, 7 cards right now? 8 if we top deck a land. Wow. Look at you. Look at you just being a control player. Little sneaky control player, huh? Well, we say nope. And that's why it was kinda important to have this extra mana. To protect against stuff exactly like this. But man, when they figure out lockdown can be killed, well, this will be harsh. So they're in full top deck mode, they cannot deal enough damage. We go for 8. I think it's 8, right? Sure, let's go. Should be good enough to win the game. Even aggro cannot beat this value, man. I'll tell you. Let's go... Oh, we played the land? I guess we played the land. So, we keep the showdown. I don't care about Demolition Field, and I don't care about one archive. And now we see a random top deck to rule them all. A decent card, definitely, but not good enough to win the game. They cannot really attack here, and we can, well, it's really tempting to just lock them down again, just to, you know, send them message basically. Let's get the white mana, and you can appreciate the new scoop. I should draw the card from the fish, but we don't need to. Enjoy, my friend. All you need is 3 sweepers in a row with a 4th sweeper in the backup. But man, the game started so harsh, and look at us, we actually beat all of this. Alright, we are going second, but our opening should be pretty good. Alright, we will probably whiff on turn 3, but until then... Oh, we are against control, that could be interesting. Do I want more lands? I'll be honest, I want more lands. I cannot miss a land drop in this matchup. So, should be nice, should be nice. Well, Gnome will be better for Farsight Ritual. I don't think we need Wall on this turn. This is definitely, you know, some anti-aggro tech, so we don't need it right here. If they want to exile it, that's fine. That's still a card. Synthesizer, alright. Will definitely be a problem. Alright, so we probably want to go into Teferi. We will actually need those blockers. Lockdown can be good, so I will take it. Just because it can get rid of all the constructs, so we'll try to stall the game as long as possible. We are sending the message. Our opponent needs to know that the gnome is not to be ignored. And yeah, they will start spamming stuff. Sure, I actually am pretty happy with this draw. So if I play Beza, we get extra cardo. That's not bad. We can also go Farsight Ritual and sacrifice the gnome, and that will give us so... You know what? I'll take it. Gnome, go. My minion. I believe in you. You know, it's kinda weak to Smite, Elspeth Smite, so probably not the best idea of my, you know, of my life, but it's about sending the message, alright? So I want to Farsight Ritual, sacrifice this, and go from there. We don't draw with Beza, but I don't think we need right now. Yeah, we will make sure that we use all of those cards. Well, our opponent is definitely going ham here. I think we play like this then. I want to bargain and I don't want it countered. And as we see, our opponent is playing counter spells. Alright, we draw a card and now we can get some extra value. So, make your move can solve a little bit of a problem. I actually need to make a right choice here. This will decide the game. I think I need Teferi so I can start racing him. And this is when you cast, right? Oh, enters. Alright, so we could counter it, but I think we will go with this. This should make it a little bit easier. Man, we refilled our hand like crazy. Alright, so that will be a lot of damage very quickly. I think we will sacrifice this. We don't have enough time to get full value from this, so we will just use the wall as a trump block, potentially. Or we can try to save it for next turn when the construct will be way bigger. We'll see how many they will make. Like, getting 4 of them on this turn is extremely realistic, right? And did they play land? I don't think they did. Oh, okay. So they need... so this is 2 tokens, right? Because they need mana value 3 or higher. And that means on 5 mana, I know, crazy. They probably can do it once. But... That's interesting, man. They cannot even attack. This wall is doing so much already. Like, this kinda gave us full turn. We don't need to jump block, we don't need to do anything. Sure. I love it. I think we just go with the tap land here. We don't have anything here. We could get Teferi back with the chapter 3, but I don't think we have enough time. Our opponent chilled, so he doesn't have anything. He probably cast something at the end step, right? I wonder if that's like Farsight Ritual or something. Very interesting one. Well, it would be such a shame if the target for this just vanished. Make your move is pretty decent, isn't it? Well, it just prevented double synthesizer. Our opponent has only 4 cards, so he might be in some trouble. It's not easy game. What the hell, man? This is the 3rd one already. Are you serious? Oh my god, chill, bro. Just chill for a second, please. 4 damage is actually acceptable. I think we take it. It will be worse on the next turn, so I think we can, you know, get this luxury. So, what is the play right now? We could make a token, which is really nice, honestly. I can play Teferi. Listen, I'm going a little bit risky, but I really like this play. Because we can get Teferi, and when it dies, we can use Builder's Talent to get it back. And it's also 5 mana for Teferi, so kinda okay. Not the worst card, but we have land for the next turn, so I think I will just pass on it. I will probably draw lands otherwise, right? Alright, our opponent has only 3 cards, we have 2 blockers, so they need to do some magic. The way you beat this deck, we don't have farewell, right? So no easy answers. You basically need to run them out of cards that trigger synthesizer. It's not easy, usually need to stall as much as possible. Oh, this is super annoying. Man, this is exactly what I didn't want to see. This is exactly what I didn't want to see. I want a sweeper, but not lockdown. I just want to kill this board. Because I really want to use Builder's Talent to resurrect the Teferi that is about to die. They need to use it to tap one of the things, probably the wall, right? If they yeah. Oh man, they're actually going for the Cardo. This will be a problem, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, and they're going for the face. Very interesting. So I probably want to lockdown. Can I take this damage? I think I can. But do we really do anything with this token? Honestly, probably not, because I think... So Teferi doesn't die. They cannot tap it, so we actually have Teferi in the board right now. Yeah, let's just go like this. Champ blocks should be good enough, and that means we don't need Builder's Talent. I think we could Farsight Ritual and bargain on this. We have the mana, right? That means no counter spell, so I'm honestly not sure if it's worth it. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Lockdown doesn't hit this, right? Because it's a copy, but it's still with converted mana cost. Everything is exactly 3. Alright, we will try to fight them. We will try to fight them. I really want to have a counter spell option, so I will go with this. Let's make it a fairy token, because right now they don't have great answers. And I can Farsight Ritual on my own lockdown, getting Builder's Talent and the blocker. Man, this is such a cool play. We can cast Beza, but I don't think we want to. So we don't really need 5 mana for this. We have so much card advantage that we can just trade 1 for 1. I need my opponent to whiff for a moment. They will draw a lot of cards, right? 3. It's not the worst, but it's a lot of cards still. Well, this definitely has to go. Counter target spell. Alright, what more do you have, my friend? They cannot Cardo here. So that's interesting. They must have something else. Assimilation Aegis. Only creature, sure. Not amazing, but what can you do? What can you do? This is a very interesting card that we need to get some, good value from. I think we will draw cards here. I could Silver Scrutiny for a lot, but I don't think that's good enough for Teferi. What are you? Is that a 0/0? 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can actually go for all creatures, lose all abilities, and for 2 mana it's a full sweeper. And that's kinda crazy. That is kinda crazy. Do we go with Beza here? Beza is okay, right? We don't draw cards, we live game, and we get enough blockers to just, make it work. Okay, if we're about to draw a card, we do it first. Oh man.
Much to consider.
I could actually try to get a lot of cards. Can I get it to ultimate? 12, that's so much. So it's 4, and I can use 2 mana. I can draw 3 cards. So 6, 7 only. Probably not good enough, right? But you know what? I think this is a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Oh man, this is an interesting game. It's really, going to be a true match of value between the decks. Sure. The Final Showdown is such a great card here. So I'm kinda hesitant if we want to waste it. Drawing cards, sure. We cannot prevent it, unfortunately. Unfortunately, they get all the cards. Man, everything just gets so much cardo. As long as it's not control. Alright, so let's sit. Full swing. They are serious about Teferi. Very smart choice, And let's go for it. Man, this is the most fun sweeper ever. Here we go. 2 mana, just full sweep. Because their stats come from the ability, so when they lose ability, they are 0/0. Yep, and Teferi stays. They have only 3 mana, so while they are having insane levels of value, I mean, we have the same. What is the ultimate exactly? Sure. So it's pretty good against the tokens. Sure, they will get a lot of power, so we need to start doing some, decent cards, but with Beza we should be able to, do a lot. Sure. And let's draw some cards, shall we? We can also start making tokens if we want. Well, this is actually pretty good. I'm not sure if we should go for the ultimate, honestly, or just get, value as we go. I think we want a lot of mana this turn. So, our opponent has enough cards, we go like this. First, no. then Beza. This is the best way to draw as many cards as possible, right? We're getting pretty much the full value. That gets Teferi to 8. That's a lot. That is a lot. And if I want... Well, no, I couldn't make a token because then we wouldn't get the fish, right? I really think we will try to go with Teferi here.
I am here to learn.
Good Teferi. You will learn a lot in this game. And I mean, let's use this 1 mana. Who knows? Who knows? And when Teferi dies, we can always take it back with Builder's Talent. So in a way, Builder's Talent is a Teferi. Alright. Our opponent needs to make a big turn. Man, this will be game of the century. I can feel it already. At times like this, I really would love to have a Jace in my deck. Just a 1 random Jace. But we'll try to finish with Teferi. Like, our opponent will probably never lack the value, right? I'm not sure if they shuffled the Braids Net. Or Braided Net. Because that was the 3rd card from the top, I believe. But I'm not... I didn't track what happened to it. Alright, alright. I'm not sure how exactly... I would love to get them out of cards, but if they keep drawing, you know, the net, they can keep refilling every single time. So I'm not sure if that's the best plan. Alright, definitely. See, Gnome always dies. It's just what it does. It's just what it does. And let's go like this. They didn't really threaten anything here. Man, I can ultimate on the next turn. That's kinda good. And of course we keep Teferi. And it's asymmetrical sweeper, right? Because it's only for our open. Man, that's kinda scary. I'm just reading and there's like this tremor thing. Alright, let's get our card for free. And we have a lot of value. But we need to get them, you know, on the defensive somehow. We have a lot of answers. We have all the sweepers, so the Starfalls are still here. Alright, this is super cool. When they replay something, they cannot get this back into the hand because those are not cards. So, let's go with the Anchorage, that's for sure. I can draw some cards here. I think I can draw 3 cards. That should be enough. It should be enough. That means we can make our move as well. Yeah, I like it. That puts Teferi on 14 loyal. Don't you dare. Don't touch my Teferi, alright? I need it to ultimate and I need it on 14 loyalty. Please stop. Don't scare me like this. By the way, they already used 3 of their 4 3 steps ahead. That's kinda crazy. Yep, please don't make it more painful than it already is for you. And man, Teferi ultimate winning the game. Have you seen this one? Our opponent didn't know that we also have make your move, so whatever they would take back into the hand, we would just kill it when they replay it. So this is a bit of a harsh hand because we don't have too many lands, but with Gnome on the draw and with lockdowns, I'm actually really hopeful that, you know, we can make it work. Scamp. Alright, this is definitely a coast turn. Just because we need this Gnome to, you know, buffer as much as possible. They need to either go through it, or just not deal any damage at all. Yep, go for it, champ. I know you want to. Give me the card. I tell you, man, Gnome is a superstar of dying. It just does it the best way. They don't want to do it so hard, but they have to. Otherwise, they are losing damage every single. Oh man, this is so good for us. Alright. Let's try to hit our land for the next turn. I don't see a land Teferi. You better be a land next turn. And I mean, you know, Slick Shot. Go my minion. Yes, unload all the hand play, everything. Just hit this non-mythic as soon as possible. Yep. Honestly, they should probably ignore Gnome at this point and just try... But it denies so much damage, man. It's so hard to ignore it. So if we play Lockdown on the next turn, we are absolutely winning. See? Gnome always doing the job. Always doing the job. And I think that gives us a third land, right? I'm sure... Well, I just lost the game. I hope you enjoyed. Are you serious? I'm playing Gnome, Man, 12 cards, 2 lands, sure. So what is the strongest one? Probably this, because it basically has a double strike. Alright. I mean, I need to survive until I can be good at magic and play lockdown. Alright, I'm good at... Listen. I have to do it. And we need to emote on this. It has to be a yeehaw! Because we are sending the message. Our opponent needs to know what's up. And this... Oh! Alright, so having some fun. Okay, you can pass the turn. That's sweet. See? Gnomes. Absolute superstar of dying into exactly winning the game. And man, we missed a land drop against mono red aggro on the play. And we still won. I mean, true fortress. So, we will try to make it concise for the outro this time. You kinda know the drill with Beza and Starfall Invocation, you know, those kind of things. However, there are many new interactions with this version that I think you want to know about. And not all of them were showcased in the games today, so yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But first, I want to say huge thank you for all this, Patreon supporters. You guys are making content like this possible, and yeah, you are just really supporting the channel, so thank you from the bottom of my absolute dark control heart. So probably the biggest additions for this version is Market Gnome. Go show them, you are here. Market Gnome and Builder's Talent. And while you can say that, and I know I will get comment like this, Sloth, it's anti-synergy with the lockdown. Yep, you are correct. And I actually, this was my biggest concern. I even tried to remove lockdowns for a moment and just go for invocations. But man, you know, I was testing exactly this, and I left like 1 or 2 lockdowns, and then I played against Ores of Bats, and this one lockdown that I had removed 6 cards. And then I thought, yeah, let's play 3 lockdowns at least, alright? Like, you cannot really play standard unless you have lockdowns. That's my impression right now. It's such a good card. Of course, you can win games without it. But generally, you need it on turn 3 to win most of the games. And it's basically the most scary card for ever aggro deck. And I know, I've been playing aggro decks as well. And I know that you basically go all in on first 3 turns. And you pray they don't have a lockdown and 3 mana. If they have, you know that you lost and you go next game. That's basically it. So if you can play Gnome into Builder's Talent, you usually have so much blocking power that they need to go wider. So even though you remove your own stuff, you basically force them to play more stuff, because you still have removal like Get Lost, Make Your Move, and you are building toward Beza and Starfall Invocation, so they know that their time window is extremely limited. So yeah, they need to keep pushing, and you have seen Scamp just getting buffed against the Gnome, forcing them to basically waste so much damage, and suddenly, instead of you being at 4, you are at 8 or 10, and that's the difference that wins you the game, because they cannot burn so much. After they go for with this initial burst, they actually have very little going on for them. Like, they need creatures and buff spells in correct ordering. They need as many of them in 1 turn as possible. So while the deck is extremely scary, like the mono red currently, it has 1 big burst. If you can survive it and kinda break their plan a little bit, they just don't have enough. They don't have lightning strikes to finish the job. They need creatures, and without creatures their buff spells do absolutely nothing. So getting the small advantage here and there actually goes for a long way, especially that for the token from Builder's Talent, you can always sacrifice it to Fountainport. You can draw a card, you get full value, and the enchantment can be consumed for Farsight Ritual. Farsight Ritual is insanely good synergy with the deck. I don't play 4 because I think we need those Silver Scrutinies, but you can cut Aether Scrutiny or Teferi and go for the 4th one. It's absolutely legit. I just realized that usually you need something except rituals, because while you get perfect answers, you don't get too many of them. So Silver Scrutiny just gives you this clutter of lands, removal, random counter spells, maybe some card, just a lot of stuff that can be used during the game. We went 4 and 2, so we won 4 games, we lost only 2 of them, and I think all of them were pretty fair. I didn't get mana screwed, so like it was normal gaming basically. I got mana screwed, but I won the game. I got mana screwed against Mono Red, if I recall. So yeah, seems pretty good to me. I expected good results from this one, and it delivered, so I hope it will serve you well. And with that being said, thank you guys if you watched until the end. I really do appreciate it, and you are extremely supporting the channel in this way. So thank you, and see you guys tomorrow.